Welcome back to our Lean Revolution saga. Chapter 2: Wastes and How to Fight Them. The Reference Documents section. In one of the earlier videos, we found a way to eliminate the purpose statement that reiterated the title of a procedure to reduce repetition. If you missed that clip, find the link below and catch up. This video continues our pursuit of the removal of duplicate information from ISO management system documentation. Stay with me, because at the end I'll show you a link to our template procedure that will help you make your documents lean and efficient. If what you've done over the past 5 years hasn't worked for you, then change what you're doing, or the next 5 years will be the same. John Carlton. A typical table of contents of procedures persistently encourages duplications. Let's take a look at the references section. During one of my recent gap assessments, I reviewed a training procedure with a references section that listed several documents: Quality Manual, Training Record Form, Group Training Record, Orientation Training Record, ISO 13485-2016 6.2 Human Resources, ISO 9001-2015 7.2 Competence, Training and Awareness, 21 CFR 820.25 Personnel, Training. When I completed the review, I noticed a few references to the training record form, the group training record, the orientation training record, and the record retention procedure in the text. Evaluating this example, we can see at least 3 problems with this procedure. The first one is that the references section repeated the titles of the documents in the procedure steps. We already know that the duplication sooner or later leads to discrepancies. The reference list may become inconsistent with the documents cited in the text. Duplication does not add value to procedures. This is the first reason not to use references sections. The second issue is that the references sections are often inconsistent with the text's documents. As you could have noticed above, the references section did not include the records retention procedure, but it was named in the text. Inconsistencies are lousy business practice, and this is the second reason to avoid the use of references sections. And finally, the third problem: references to irrelevant documents. In our example, the references section listed, among others, the Quality Manual, 2 standards, and the FDA regulation. The procedure text did not mention any of them even once. Since the text did not name them, maybe we do not need them at all. The answer is, it's correct. We do not need them to perform the steps of the procedure. Mentioning non-essential documents clutters procedures. This is the third reason not to use references sections in documents. While the first 2 points are pretty straightforward, the last one probably needs some explanation. Let's categorize documents we are dealing with in a typical management system. Let's say markets and/or customers require an organization to comply with particular standards and/or regulations. Standards and regulations prescribe what a management system and its processes should achieve. Thou shalt do this. Thou shalt do that. These documents govern systems. To acknowledge its commitment to particular requirements, organizations usually document it in their quality manuals. The organization's management system complies with the requirements of ISO 9001-2015 standard and the FDA 21 CFR 820 regulation. When a company does not maintain a standalone manual, it may list related standards and regulations in the applicable standards and regulations document. After an organization documented its commitments to their standards or regulations in such a manner, references to them in other documents are pointless. The only instances where references to standards and regulations are needed in procedures is when a standard provides particular methods for performing tasks. For example, if your inspection process uses statistical sampling, the corresponding procedure will need to reference industry standard NSI ASQ Z1.4, sampling procedures and tables for inspection by attributes. So let's agree that generic references to standards and regulations in procedures are out of the picture. The next level in documentation is the working bees. That is, the procedures to define how detailed steps produce the outcome to satisfy the corresponding requirements. For example, the organization confirmed its commitment to establish a training process. The training procedure will define the steps to complete the process. Along the way, the procedures will need supporting structures, forms, instructions, etc. So those forms to document individual, group or other training activities are related documents, such as records retention procedure, need to be referenced in the procedure's text. For example, the training coordinator completes Onboarding Training Form for all new members within the first 2 weeks of their employment. The training coordinator submits the completed Onboarding Training Form to the HR manager. The HR manager maintains training records per the records matrix. The blue underlined titles in this example show references to the supporting forms and procedures that can be hyperlinks, if your system allows this function. Lessons learned. Consider getting rid of the references sections in your procedures. Relate to the needed supporting documents and forms in the text. It's effortless. Avoid unnecessary references. They are waste and they confuse the user. To help you get started with lean procedures, find a link below to our template procedure with no references section. Try it. It's fun. This concludes our references section topic. Thank you for listening. If you'd like to purchase a paperback or ebook copy, click the links below. Both are available on Amazon, and you can find the ebook on our website. Until next time.